Okay, ready? Okay. This is a very, very exciting call, everyone. As you would have realised by now that there's been some really exciting shifts in energy since we got back from conference. And we were really blessed to meet Georgina in Phoenix, and she is an amazing young lady. We just love her to pieces. We went out for dinner with her and got to know her personally. Her story is incredible. She made an MD in 90 days. She's done most of her business through social media, and she has some amazing things to share with everybody. She's currently a 39 Club member, and she's moving very quickly towards 50 and 100 Club. So without further ado, Georgina, my gorgeous friend, I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for sharing your heart with us tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
That's fine, thank you. I'm so nervous. There's like so many people on the call, but I'll be fine. So yeah, hi guys, thank you for having me. I'm going to briefly go over how I got involved with the business and what it's done for me so far, and then I'm going to go through my top tips on social media, because for me, my whole business has been built on social media. That's amazing. Okay, so I started 2 years ago, and it was my cousin that approached me to get involved with the business, and I was so naive to what network marketing was. I didn't even know it was an industry. I thought that she invented Juice Plus. I thought she was trying to scam me. I literally was just so naive to everything. So it actually took me 6 months to sign up, which now is my biggest regret, but I just didn't get it. So if you've got people that you really want on your team and like they're like, no, I don't want to do it, don't give up on them, because I was one of those people. It took me 6 months. Okay, you need to be quiet. Sorry, I've got Archie showing me his Batman pictures like every seconds. Okay, yeah, so it took me 6 months to sign up. So don't ever give up on anyone, because it can take people a while, like it did for me. Anyway, so I got involved, and our positions are slightly different to yours. They have different little like code names, but basically I think I hit SDD in my first month. Your SDF, I think. So I hit that in my first month, and that was mainly just through talking to like friends and family. And then I wasn't taking it seriously until I went to a big event. So I think you've got the Melbourne event coming up, which is your big event. Our big event was permanent in the UK. So I went to that event this time 2 years ago, and that literally changed everything for me. But the thing that got me the most was the people on stage. They were just so normal. Like, they were normal people that had achieved extraordinary things, but like nothing was given to them. They just worked for it. And that's the best thing about our business. We all start at the same position, and we all have the same potential within the business. It's just up to each of us if we go for it or not. And that was like, everyone says you have that light bulb moment, and that was the light bulb moment for me. It literally just changed everything. I left that event, I was like, this is happening, NMD is mine. 90 days after that event, I hit NMD, which was insane. And it happened really quickly, but I honestly believe it was just because I was so excited, and I had genuine belief and passion for the product and the company, and I just knew this was for me. So I was like speaking to everyone, doing events like back to back. Yeah, the main thing for my business has been social media. Don't get me wrong, I still do events, I still call people, but I get that initial interest through social media. So yeah, like 2 years later, like my whole life, I set myself goals. So obviously I've got Archie, my little boy, who's next to me now and won't leave me aside. He's 4, he'll be 5 this month. But my big goal, like coming into the company and realizing the potential, was to get him a garden. So before, we were in a flat, and for me, like, him having a garden was like a massive thing for me. I know, it's lovely, but please stop hitting me. I know, I'm just tapping you. Okay, shh. He got his garden, and that was just the best thing ever. Like, I cried my eyes out for like a whole week, because that was my big goal, and kids really only appreciate a garden when they're little, and like that was my big goal. So we done that, like we moved into our house just over a year ago now. So Like the business literally transformed all our lives, my whole family. Like it's just nuts. But yeah, so I'm going to go through my social media now, because that's my brief overview of business. It changed my life, and I don't want to go too cliche or too cringe, but it did change my life completely. So let me get Natalie, if you want to stop me at any time and ask me questions on what I'm going through, just let me know. I know you need to stop.
I think we might leave the questions to the end, babe.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go through my top tips on social media. So firstly, if you're not on social media, get on social media, because it's literally just a platform that you can use to reach out to thousands of people at literally the click of a button. Like there's quite a lot I could go through, but I'll probably have to go through a specific call on just your Facebook pages. But so for me, I've got a page called Think Fit and another page called Think Success. So my Think Fit page is literally just for like getting my customers, getting my client base. So it's literally all just like fitness, inspiration pictures, recipes. The one thing I will never ever do is say Juice Plus in anything I do. But that's on purpose, because if I give it all away, people can just Google it. Like they won't come and ask me questions, but because I'm not giving anything away, and they genuinely cannot get hold of the information unless they ask me. But that's what works well for us. It's all about building intrigue and like curiosity around what we do. So because we're not saying Juice Plus, they don't know what it is, and they have to ask us questions. So that works well, and all my team do that. We don't give it away. We don't ever say Juice Plus. We don't ever use generic boring pictures of Google that you can just Google and then get a boring picture of Juice Plus. That doesn't work. You want to either have yourself using Juice Plus, so like your shake's already made up and like pretty little pictures with Juice Plus in the background, but not giving it away like in your face Juice Plus, like just spamming Juice Plus over your page. It doesn't work, and people find it boring and they just delete you. So the best thing I get my team to do is like create a brand, which obviously Natalie's fab at doing the whole brand thing, and she's going to do a branding workshop for my team. But yeah, having a brand is really, really important, because you want to know what avenue you want to go down and who you want your customer base to be, because everyone's different. Like I don't go down, there's loads of people that go down like the weight loss route. I don't do that because I don't have a weight loss story, so it'd be stupid for me to like try and get loads of people doing the weight loss journey with me when I've never done a weight loss plan in my life. So I really focus on fitness, health, and like toning and just creating body definitions. That's the route I go down, and basically my customer is me. I look for people that are similar to me, because then I've got a common ground with them. I've got something in common with them, and it's easier to build the friendships with them when you're searching for people that are like you anyway. And it sounds a bit weird, but your customer is going to be someone that's similar to you. So when it comes to your brand, you want to think about that. You want to think about who you're targeting, because it's going to be different to everyone, and that's the good thing about our business, because you don't want to all like go for the same people. We all have different clients, and that's what makes everyone can do the business. So my first top tip with social media is consistency. You're going to hear this all the time, but you have to be consistent with your business. It's the same as having a shop. You wouldn't have a shop and not open your shop every day because you can't be bothered. Like your Facebook will be your shop window, and I don't see Facebook as I really like I have to post. It's my job to post on my Facebook, otherwise my business isn't growing. It's beautiful. Otherwise my business isn't growing. So you've got to basically view it as your shop window, and if it was your shop window, you would have it pretty and looking nice and have it engaging to your customers, and that's exactly how you want your Facebook feed to look. You don't want, so I always say to my girls, I say girls because my team is pretty much just women, but I always say to my girls, if you don't like it, don't post it, because if you don't like what you're posting, don't expect anyone else to like it. And this might sound really big-headed, but my pages, I would follow my pages. I've basically made something that I would have followed myself anyway, and that's the best way of going about it. is if you like what you're doing, then other people are going to like what you're doing. So consistency is like my number one, because if you don't post for like a week, no one knows you're there. You need to be so consistent with it and post every single day without fail. My second tip, this is kind of with social media and kind of just how, these are my top 10 tips on how I've built my business. So my second tip is self-belief, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to, especially if you're new to the business. When I first started, like, it was very like overwhelming, and I didn't think I'd be any good. I was like, I kept saying I wasn't a salesperson, kept saying it's not for me because I don't want to come across pushy. But our business really isn't like that. As long as you do it right, you won't ever come across pushy or as a salesperson. You don't need to be that person. You just need to share what you're doing with other people. And it's basically just inspiring others to do the same as what you're doing, whether you're inspiring others to get on the product or with the business. You want to show both of them on your social media. By all means, you guys can add me and you can see what I'm doing, but I very much show both sides of our business, probably more the business because I'm just so in love with the business, but I show both sides. But at the same time, you won't really know what I'm doing because I don't give it away that it's Juice Plus. So self-belief is so important, because once you've got the belief in yourself, you'll literally fly through the business. My third top tip is self-development. This took me a while to like get to grips with, because I was just like, yeah, that's not going to work. But it really does. Like, if you're working on yourself every single day, like you're building your knowledge, you're building your confidence, and like having knowledge in the background of the business and the products, that's your power. Like, once you've got that, you're confident, talk about it all the time, and you're not, there's nothing to be scared of. You need to stop. I love your pictures. It's beautiful, but mummy's working, okay? Okay, shh. Otherwise you're gonna have to go out the room, okay? Sorry, I keep getting shown Batman pictures. Okay, so self-development. There's a saying that Jim Rohn says, and it's, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. It is so true. The minute you start working on your own, like your own personal skills, like that's oh my god, you really, he's tickling me, stop it. No, you're gonna have to get out the room because mommy's really, I'm trying so hard to be serious here. Right. So annoying, he keeps putting me off. Okay, so that's my third tip, which is self-development. So I literally will just spend like at least half an hour a day, like while I'm tidying up and cleaning, I literally just type on YouTube and like search people like Jim Rohn or Les Brown or like someone like that, and literally just have it on in the background. But it makes the biggest difference once you start listening to that every day, especially in the morning. Listen to it, and then that's it, you're set for the day. Because staying motivated is like, it's something you have to work on all the time. You're not just going to be motivated every single day. You need to work on it. So doing self-development every day, that's going to keep you motivated. My fourth tip is be a product of the product. The worst thing like you can do is just like not have a passion for the product, because then you're not going to grow well in the business if you don't have that belief and passion in the product. And you've got to be showing other people that the lifestyle you're leading, like even just showing your daily routine, like having a shake in the morning, having your capsules in the morning, like showing that, but just like having your actual shake and capsules out on display, like in the kitchen, showing your life and your routine. Especially if you've got kids, like showing the kids using the chewables. You can have a cuddle, but you just, I know what you're doing, you're showing off. Sorry, he keeps putting me off. Okay, yeah, and by doing that, you never know who's watching. Like the amount of times I've had like inbox messages from people saying, okay, I keep seeing what you're doing, and they've never once liked any of my posts, they've never once commented on any of my posts, but it doesn't mean people aren't watching. And that's a lot of thing that people like don't think about. Like with social media, you think that people have to like and comment on your stuff to think that they're seeing what you're doing, but it's not true. Like, the amount of people that will watch but they won't comment, and they just wait until the timing's right for them, and that's it. They will inbox you and then they'll ask for more information. So that comes back with the whole being consistent thing, because if you're not consistent, they're not going to keep seeing your posts, and it takes people like between 7 and 10 times of seeing something before they really start to get interested. So make sure you're consistent. It's so key. My 5th tip, again, this is what's changed my business, is events. So like going to your big regional events, it literally changes the game. If I honestly believe, if I didn't go to our big UK event, I wouldn't be where I am today, because it literally just solidifies your belief in the company and where it's going, and you get to meet the best people, plus showing the fun side of your business. So going to events, having fun, going to the party, that's going to build your business. That's going to create intrigue to the people watching you, and they'd be like, well, why does she get to do this as a job? And then they'd be thinking, why can't I? And that's what you want to show people as well. Like, it's the fun side of our business, and like that you're getting paid to like go to events and party and meet people and talk to people. It's nuts. Like, normal people don't have that as a job, so show that. Okay, so my 6th tip, this is social media, because it built my business. Basically, Facebook has built my business like 100%. I've used my profile and I've used my pages to build the business. With your pages, you can be really clever. So you can do sponsored ads. You don't have to spend loads of money. I spend like, for some reason, mine's in dollars, it's not in pounds, but I spend like $3 on a post. And I'll do that like once a week, and it'll be a specific post, either recruiting or looking for customers. And I will boost that post, but I will be really specific in who I'm targeting. So if I want to target people that live near me, I put areas like towns and cities. Well, no, not really cities, that's too broad. So I put in towns like around near me, and then I select an age group. So I always target between probably 20 and 35. And then I target women. No, nothing against men. I just work better with women. And then I will target interest. So this is where you can be really clever. I'll try and do like a demonstration video on how you do this, so then I can send it to Natalie and we'll show you specifically. But you can literally put in the interest of what. So if you've got, say there's a TV program that you watch, you put that in as one of the interests. Then you can put things in like juicing, healthy lifestyle. If you're targeting mums, like if there's like a baby shop you know of, like put that in. You can be really specific, but that's like literally like honing in on your audience, and that's who you're going to be targeting. So everyone that's liked specific pages that you've already put in, or like interest in other stuff, stop it. Your page then comes up on their newsfeed, and then that's how people find you, and that's how people find your page. And then that's how you get customers without even like doing anything. It's literally $3, and then you've reached a whole new audience. It's crazy, but that's how I built my that's how I get my customers every single month. That's how I get new team members every single month, all through my page. Like, without fail, I will do that every month. No, Mummy needs that because my notes are on there. Okay, so that will probably take up another Zoom, Natalie, because the way the pages work, it's quite there's quite a lot to do with it. But once you've got it, like, it's so easy, and your business can just explode. Okay, you really need to stop.
Maybe, Georgina, we could do a part 2.
Yeah, because there's so much, like with the pages, there's so much you can go through. But yeah, I'd have to do an in-depth Zoom and do shared screen with you all, because it's quite hard to explain. But once you've got it, like, it's so easy. Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely do another one. Okay, so my 7th tip. So these are just all my top 10 tips that have 100% built my business. My next tip is limitations. So don't give yourself limitations. Like, I've had a few conversations recently with people like saying, oh, I can't get an MD, like, it's just not going to happen, or I can't get this many customers in a month. But having that belief system, and you're already like limiting yourself, because if you don't believe you're going to do it, then why would anyone else? And you're not going to do it because you don't believe in yourself. So don't put limitations on yourself. Don't think, oh, I'll just go for 5 customers this month. Go for, like, give yourself big goals. The bigger your goals, the more you're going to do. So I have a goal every single day to get 1 team member and 1 customer every day. Whether I do that or not is another matter, but I will go out there every day trying to get 1 customer and 1 team member. But that's going to build my business massively, because out of the course of the month, I'm going to get like at least 10 team members and at least 10 customers by doing that goal every day. And that's I don't like it when people give themselves like limits of, oh, I just get 3 customers. No, you can get more than 3 customers. Just go for it every single day, and throughout the month you're going to get loads. So that's like, my team do that, we all do that, and it works really well for us. So yeah, like a lot can happen, especially, I mean, so we're at April now. It's like 8 months until the end of the year. A lot can happen in 8 months. I done NMD in 90 days. If you go now from, okay, as of today, I'm going to go for 1 team member and 1 customer every day. Like, there'll be days you don't do it, of course, but you're going out there to do it, and you're planting seeds with people. And a lot of the time, our business is just planting seeds. You're literally just talking to people, and they're going to be watching you until the time's right for them. So the more people you speak to, the more your business is going to grow. Okay, so my 8th tip is positivity. So kind of fits in with what I just said, but if you're negative and you don't believe in yourself, like, it's not going to happen. Never underestimate the power of the mind. Like, as soon as you change your thoughts to positive, like, positive things happen. That's just how it works. And I never used to believe in stuff like that, but it's so true. Like, the moment you're like, no, this is going to happen, I am going to do this, it will happen. So my 9th tip is, you'll probably be better talking about this than me, Natalie, but it's branding. So I think it's so important to have a strong identity and a strong avenue of who you're going to reach, who you want to target, and the kind of stuff you want to be posting. Because a lot of the time, like, especially when people are new, and this is not to no fault of their own, but they don't know like what avenue they want to go down, because they literally just post whatever they find, and then there's no structure to their news feed or their pages, and it's just like trying to target everyone, but then it doesn't really work. You want to have like a strong, you want to know who your audience is and literally like cater for them. And my 10th tip, I think there's kids on the call, but there's Archie next to me, but my 10th tip is GSD, which is get SHIT done. I won't say it because there's kids on the call and there's Archie next to me, but you've got to like get stuff done. Like, there's it's all well and good like saying, oh yeah, I want this, I want to be NMD, but you've got to get to work every day on your business, and at the end of the day, it is your business. And where it goes is ultimately up to you. But that's my favorite thing about the business. Like, it is up to you. Like, if I want to get to somewhere, it's up to me if it's going to happen. And I love that, like, because then I can only blame myself if it doesn't work. So yeah, like, you want to get to work on your business, have a DMO, so daily method of operation, every single day. Write it in your training group what your DMO is, and hold yourself accountable for achieving that every day. So even if it's just like following up with your customers that day, but write it and make sure you post it, and then comment under that post once you've done it, because then it's holding yourself accountable to doing it. We do that in our training group, and it works really well. And once some of you start posting it, you all start posting it, and then it just turns into a daily routine. Every morning, post your DMO, and then get it done, and then you're going to be productive every day, and that's going to be growing your business. Because there's so many times, like, even when I first started, I'd literally scroll through my Facebook for hours, and I'm thinking I was working. That's not working. Like, you've got to have your active conversations with people all the time. That's what's going to build your business. And that is my tips. Do you want to ask me any questions? Because I kind of just baffled, and I've got Archie next to me, and he's really annoying.
That was awesome, babe. Can I ask a question first? Because I know what a lot of my team want to hear. They want to know what your training group is and how you kind of run that training group. We chatted about that the other day, how you set up Fast Track to SDVF group and a training group.
Yeah.
You actually show them how to post, and you show them, you have little training videos on that. Can you share a little bit about that for us?
Okay, yeah. So when I first signed someone up, and because I sign quite a lot of people up each month, like it's time consuming for me to have like literally do one-on-one with them all the time. So I've got a group called the SDD workshop, so your SDDF, and they all go into this group, and literally everything they need to, like your first like couple of months in the business is in there. So even down to what to post, because that's the most common question I get when people start, is what should I be posting. So there's loads of post options, and obviously they can edit them to how they want to word them and stuff like that, but it's just shows them how to do it, and even down to how to reply to people. So there's loads of options of conversations I've had with potential customers, and then obviously they've signed up, but it shows how the conversation's gone. So then I don't know, it helps them with confidence because they know what I'm saying, so then they feel like they can just say the same thing. Obviously each conversation is going to be different, but they've got like a basis to go on. So I've got all of that in there, literally like breaking it down to what you'd need on a weekly basis for that promotion. There's training videos, and yeah, there's loads of pictures, so they can all like post different pictures. And yeah, it works really well, especially like when you're starting, because you want to keep it separate to like your bigger training groups, because in my big training group, like we'll all talk about PB and POB, and when you first start, that's irrelevant and it's unnecessary, and they don't need to know about it when they first start. And it can just overwhelm them, and they're like, well, what's PB? Do I need to be worrying about that? And it's stuff that they don't need to worry about yet. All they want to do is like focus on, like, it's just groundwork at the beginning. So it's like finding out which avenue you want to go down, like starting off speaking to people, and it's all just building your confidence at first. So that works really well for us. Yeah, that's basically just what's involved in that group. And then Wednesday, sorry, go on.
You go, darling. You go.
Oh, once I've got like leaders in my team, so SC, we've got a different group for them, because obviously what we're talking about is a lot different to when you first start. So we've got my team leaders group as well, and obviously it's more intense conversations in there, but it'd be more talking about getting to NMD, because obviously when we first start NMD, you don't need to worry about that. Even though I did, I was like, I want NMD.
Yeah, well, I loved that idea, and I thought that was a really good idea, especially for the NMDs to implement something like that if they thought that would be valuable to them.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? If you want to just type in your questions down in the chat down the bottom, and I can ask Georgina rather than all of us chiming back in. You know what, I love the fact that you're talking about brand, because, you know, if you own who you are, and we do a lot of values testing and training in Australia, so we really help people identify their values, and that can be their personal profile and their personal brand and their blueprint. So, you know, I think this is really exciting, because people can go on and have a look at your brand and see who you are and get to know you through that. And you know, you are authentic. I've seen your brand, and you are this beautiful girl. That is exactly the brand. So it's real, and people buy into people that actually know who they are and put that on Facebook. So,
yeah, it's so important. And then it's the same. It just shows that everyone can do it, because everyone's different, and like someone that would buy from you might not buy from me because they can't relate to me. And that's the best bit about our business.
Okay. So, Jenna, someone's asking about copyright and photos and writing over things.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about that?
So I get all my pictures on Instagram. To be honest, there's little people can do once you post a public picture. And I take all my pictures from like inspiring pages anyway, like inspiration pages. So they're all being shared by different people all the time. A lot of my pictures I will be my own as well, but then I do take loads from Instagram, and there's no issue with it. People post pictures all the time. Yeah, there's no issue. There's literally nothing people can do once they post a picture publicly. Is you kind of lose all rights to the picture. It's the same if I post something and it gets used by loads of people. There's nothing I can really do because I've posted it publicly.
So what I know in branding in Australia is that exactly that's the same here as well. Once something's been posted on social media, no one owns it anymore. So it's different with people's websites. You can't take anything off people's websites because it's intellectual property. People have bought the photographs. Yeah. So it's different. So people, we know that now because people are borrowing everything. But remember, if someone's got a quote with a famous person's name, you really want to stay with that. You don't want to claim it because it's inauthentic.
Stuff like that. Like you can still like put your, say you've got a hashtag or something you use, you can still put your hashtag on it, but still, if it's a famous quote, still keep that that name there, because it doesn't want to make any difference to you, but you didn't come up with the quote, so you can still post it and then just have your hashtag or something on the same picture. But yeah, you want to keep the name there when it's a quote.
And also too, if someone's posting something and you think it's a really amazing post, make sure you put your own spin on it, because I think cut and paste somebody's information off Facebook and make it your own, it generally looks inauthentic. It feels inauthentic, and there's something around the energy of that. You know, sometimes when people do that, you can see it's not your information because it's brand new. You've been posting in a certain way, and then all of a sudden you shift, and people know that. So
I've been going through this so much with my team recently. It's so annoying. Like, copy and paste is great, but literally copy and paste and then save it in your notes and then edit it so it's got your own spin on it and then post it. Like, don't just, the amount of times I put a post up and then it'd be everywhere like 5 minutes later, but it'd be the exact same post. Just edit it slightly and put your own spin on it. It's not hard. It takes like 2 minutes. I completely agree with that. You need to get your own spin on it.
Can you share with everybody about hashtagging? Because I know that just recently I saw a post of somebody's and they cut and paste the whole lot, and they cut and paste all the hashtags, and I thought, you know, that's somebody's personal hashtag, it's their business hashtag, and that can be quite confusing. Can you explain that too?
So hashtag is more a thing you'd use on like Instagram and Twitter, because that you literally find certain posts by searching the hashtags. Facebook not so much, but you can hashtag a few words, but don't overdo it with the hashtag. So I will always hashtag my brand name, so either Think Fit or Think Success. And then obviously if you search those hashtags, it will majority come up with my stuff. And then so that's how hashtags works. It's kind of just building your brand, I suppose, because then if people will search your hashtag, they'll see loads of previous stuff of what you've done. And then the same if you're using Instagram, you want to hashtag so the people you're trying to approach, like the people you're trying to get into your business or get into your client base, you want to hashtag those interests. So if you're like trying to get mums on your team, you'd hashtag things like I hashtag things like mummy's boy and stuff like that. But then I will so I'll search that hashtag and then I find loads of mums and I just follow them. So I'm quite sneaky. There's loads of little things I do. And literally I just target people, and then I'm basically a stalker. So I will search all these hashtags and I will find people that I want to connect with, and then I will just follow them all.
Yeah, beautiful, darling. Well, do you know what? We don't like to cut you off because your information is so valuable, but we've gone over about 10 minutes, and I know other people have got another team call on at 7:30 or 8.
That's fine.
Oh, but darling, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I hope it was I hope you got something from it. I kind of just like baffled on, and then Archie kind of got involved because he likes to do that. But thank you so much for having me. And if you want me to do another call on like the specifics of Facebook and how I work my pages, let me know.
Well, we might do that in a couple of weeks if you've got some time, babe. But you know what? Thank you so much. That was brilliant. And you know what? We loved having Archie as your cheerleader. And that just makes everyone realise you can do this business with children. So awesome. From Team B to you, we love your pieces, babe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Enjoy your evening. Bye.